Hey YouTube, it's Young Sam, and today Sin and I are back with another review. This time we're reviewing Godzilla Minus One. So let's get into it. But before we do, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell. And enjoy.
We want to take a moment to welcome everyone to the Watch This Shit podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. My name is Seneca, the movie professor, and today I have my collaborator and co-operator here. Young Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself, bruv.
Hey, it's Young Sam, aka the Movie Apprentice.
All right, let's get it. With this podcast, we're going to give you the definitive decision on whether you should go view a new movie release or not. It's real easy. If we say, watch this shit, stop what you're doing, and enjoy some good cinema. If we say, don't watch this shit, avoid it as you would visiting Tokyo during kaiju mating season. Or don't. You can do what you want. It may be fun, or it may end up with you having Godzilla slime in your hair. You don't want to listen to us, you put your life in your own hands. I want to put in a little foreword to talk about the road that led us here. World War II saw a lot of atrocities happen to a lot of people. One of the events specific to the Japanese people was the deploying of 2 atomic bombs that dropped on their country. This was a pivotal moment to the entire culture. Out of that ugliness, destruction, death, and pain came a determination to live and a strive for creativeness. One of my favorite movies was directly influenced by those events. Akira channels the suffering of seeing your whole world disappear in a flash of light right before your eyes. It sees the inhabitants of that same situation try to pick up the pieces and continue to move forward. Big Man Japan has elements of this as well. And of course, the big granddaddy of them all, Godzilla. This is a creature either born of or awakened by the atomic radiation that was generated when the exclamation point was put on the war. There is a poetic sadness to these stories, and I always respect the reason for which they exist. Today, we will be reviewing Godzilla Minus One. What are we subtracting? You mean to tell me Godzilla's ass could do math this whole time? Hold on, bruh. What the hell did the -1 mean? I'm talking to you, Sam.
Oh shit. I don't know. I went into it and I was like, minus one. When heard it, I was like you said, what are we subtracting?
What the fuck are we subtracting? I mean, I really couldn't figure out the naming convention at all. But we'll move on because it has everybody befuddled. We have made it to the 70th anniversary of this franchise. In honor of Godzilla reaching this milestone, we got a new movie in the style of the originals. The story is as follows. An ensign in the Japanese military says, fuck this shit. I'm not about to kamikaze for my country's. That's stupid. And my mama wants me to come home alive. Mid mission, he reroutes to one of their island bases on the pretense that he is having troubles with his plane. When he arrives, he is found out and that is nothing wrong with the aircraft at all. But before it can get ugly, considering this is an act of treason against the military code of conduct, a huge dinosaur monster appears and begins fucking shit up.
Hmm.
This is the big and ornery Godzilla, a creature of legend. This reptile begins destroying any man-made structures and devices, including destroying the mans that made them. When the smoke clears, only the ensign and one of the mechanics that discovered his cowardice remain. They get discharged from the military as the war is over and sent back home. The ensign returns to learn that his town was bombed and his parents are dead. He later gains a new adopted family as a young girl, and a baby that was given to her for safekeeping follow him home, and they begin to build a life together. As the years pass and the baby grows, they struggle to find jobs and make ends meet. He takes a job decommissioning sea mines. The pay is good because the job is deadly dangerous. He learns just how dangerous the job is when Godzilla randomly decides to come back for seconds. Can the country band together behind the man that abandoned his post to vanquish this threat to their very existence? And can he make retribution for not giving his life for his people? Sam, could you have found the courage to run your perfectly working airplane into the enemy's battleships?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably not. I just ain't got that in me, you know?
Uh-huh.
That's not me. But to each his own.
Right. I would like
It's
to
a different
think that
time.
it definitely was a different time, like fucking crazy time. I would like to think that at least I would wait until my plane was damaged, right? And I wasn't going to make it, and then I would purposely ram into people to my death. It just seems wasteful to do it the other way. I
Why
also
ruin
got
a
another.
perfectly good airplane?
Why? Why would you do that? You can still shoot some people while it's working, and then when it's not working, crash it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes rational sense. Who thought? Anyway, I also got another question for you that maybe you can help me understand. Could you figure out why Godzilla was bothering these damn people so tough?
No, like, he would just appear, and you just like, he just came in, "I wanna fuck some shit up." I fuck it up, and then I'm gone.
And then
I
leave.
mean, you could say, "Oh, it's because, that's how they viewed Americans, or that's how they view, like, I guess, the war, the atomic bomb is like, we just come in, fuck shit up, and leave." But
Maybe.
I don't
I feel
know.
like that's a
I got
stretch. But
Godzilla had
yeah,
no rhyme or reason.
none at all. When the people that was bombing them actually did have a rhyme and reason, they was in a fucking war with them.
Right.
Okay, maybe that is it though. I couldn't figure it out. And any in movie explanation for why this was happening was non-existent. I know the creation of the monster explanation that surrounds the fallout of Oppenheimer's inventions being dropped on them. This is Japan's expression of the real life catastrophe that they went through, just like you were saying. But from my perspective, this is how I see it. Godzilla doesn't represent them getting back at the US for what happened during the war. It can be easily misunderstood as such. This monster represents them getting back at what happened to them during the war. It's a small distinction, but it means a lot. Look at it as if they're trying to fight against the result and not against the catalyst. By showing their nation coming together and defeating this fictional monster, it gives hope that they can overcome the hardships that they have suffered as a result of two fucking nukes being deployed on their soil. I can't make light of that. As someone that has seen the results of war, what it does to people, how ugly it can be, I can only commend them on getting this off as an artistic expression and damn near turning it into one of the mascots of their country. Sam, how familiar are you with the other interpretations of the title character?
Oh, not that familiar. I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 Godzillas way back in the day, but I really don't remember much from them. I don't remember a story. I just remember Godzilla. So,
Was there a story? Was
it
there?
probably
It
was, and I was
probably
like, "Eh,
wasn't. It
who
wasn't.
cares?"
So I say title character, but is Godzilla really a character? Hmm. It's
Mm.
hard to, and they didn't even try here, to give a personality to such a force of nature. His face is just a lizard ass face. Because it is so close in this interpretation to the original Takasetsu rubber suit from the originals, the black and white joints, there is no way to make this creature emote. You will not be getting any insight into its thoughts, plans, or feelings here. The dude just walking around, biting people, flinging them hundreds of feet, shooting his hot ass breath, and breaking shit. For me, the lack of that information, it took away from the excitement of this feature. So, in order to have a story, they introduce a slew of humans to follow, and we look into their lives, and we are stuck with these characters for the runtime of this film. While they do add some needed drama to the story, none of it really made an impact on me. I didn't care about them or their fucking struggles. Well, I will say one part did get an emotion out of me, but it wasn't the one that they intended. What it did was get me upset, and I'm going to go into that shit right now. Okay. The female that begins to cohabitate with the lead gets a job in a neighboring city. When she arrives there, Godzilla attacks on that same damn day. At one point, it creates a blast so explosive that the people that are nearby are thrown thousands of feet away along with all the debris from the building that it just destroyed, and along with the cars that were parked on the street. She is believed dead for the rest of the film and is the motivation for the ensign, what he needs to find his courage and attempt to fight back after being a bitch his whole life. Well, in the final frame of the film, he and their adopted daughter find her in a hospital with a bandage on her head. Nah, 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 nah. You're not ever gonna make me believe this motherfucker survived that shit. Sam, did you see that BS they tried to pull? How did she how did she make it? Did she fall into a mattress factory or land on a trampoline? Please, please help me understand.
Yeah, I don't know how she survived this. I mean, as soon as we saw that frame of her, like, in the bandage, we both said, "Are you serious?" It's like it just it didn't ruin, like, almost ruin the movie because the movie is kinda bad. It's just kinda just like, "Oh, that's the cherry on top of this bad movie." Because
Uh-huh.
there was no way she could have survived. Nobody else survived. So
Nobody
how
else.
come she the only one?
Yeah, it was stupid. And I know you said it didn't ruin it because it was already bad. It was already ruined, but I feel like it took it a level underneath the ruin. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. The worst part is during this film, I caught a case of the J. Kims. Damn, I got sleepy. This film was only a couple of hours long, but it felt like 4. Things were happening, then Godzilla would attack. Then it would just go away for whatever reason. Look, the motherfucker didn't have any motivation. We were talking about this, and Sam brought up a great point. We are used to seeing something in the newer films happen, a trigger event that motivates the creature. Somebody fucking with its eggs or encroaching on its territory. No, this angry lizard just saw some people hanging out and said, I'm gonna fuck their day up. When you have a character that is already hard to get into the head of, you have to give them a solid motivation for doing shit so people can understand why. I'm seeing titles with reviewers saying this is the best this franchise has ever been. I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck were they looking? The best kaiju movie is still Pacific Rim. The best Godzilla specific movie is still when this nigga fought Kong. That one worked because there was a counterpoint for the monsters to play off of. They could fight each other. Also, we had years of fan speculation on which one of them would win a battle. Anybody with common sense would say Godzilla, but I've seen people try to argue that Kong would. I mean, Kong is all flesh. He doesn't have any defense to the he- offense heavy Thunder Lizard. Also, this damn dinosaur has atomic energy breath. Sam, tell everybody that Godzilla beats Kong 99 out of 100 matches.
Yeah, I ran the simulations and it's 99 out of 100.
Let's do it. Which Godzilla movie do you think is best, or do you want to cheat like I did and say Pacific Rim?
I'm gonna cheat. Pacific Rim, because I actually
Yeah,
seen Pacific Rim. It was a pretty good movie.
yeah. That's a good ass kaiju movie. Yeah, any better than any Godzilla movie that I've seen. And Guillermo del Toro is amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna talk a little bit about him in my next review. Yeah. Well, when I say I was getting sleepy, I'm not lying. I was rubbing my head, face, stretching. I had to start eating popcorn again just to stay awake. I get it. This is the 70th anniversary, but some of this shit needs to be retired. I do not like the scenes with the monster in the background and the panic people running in front of it. I know why it's there. It is a callback to the time when this was the way to trick the camera for scale to show how big the monster was in relation to humans. But these days we can do it more realistically with CGI. And it's dumb as hell to have a group of people running in a straight line away from something coming right at them. Just listen, move to the side. The whole time I was waving my hands. Just go left or right. Move those titties. Get those titties out of here. The one image that I did like was just the top part of its head peering out of the water while it was chasing down the boats in the ocean. That is a very menacing image, and I think that's the one young Sam found for the thumbnail. Young Sam, did you feel that these janky ass graphics for this movie kind of took away from anything that could have been okay?
Um, no. I mean, they just it all bundled up into just a bad it was just bad because yeah, Godzilla that was just stiff. It was like, how is he like even doing all these movements? like, in the water, he seemed fine because they didn't really have to animate much,
Mhm.
but when they started bringing him to life and out of scale and he was walking around and shit, he was like, "This motherfucker's stiff." And I'm like, "I don't know anything that's that stiff," so something just didn't look right.
Uh-huh. It was
But
unrealistic because it was
yeah,
reenacting a dude in a rubber suit, and he does would not have much range of motion.
yeah, it was bad.
Whew. Anything else you wanna add before I move to final verdict?
No, no, I think we've said our thoughts. I did like one character. I think he was pretty funny. It was the captain of the ship.
Okay. Okay.
I liked his character. I think he was funny. I think he brought the comedic element that was missing. But I think he was the best part of the movie.
Well, I can see that. Final verdict? Don't watch this shit. I
Mm-mm.
couldn't find anything that got me excited for this film. It did harken back to the days when these films were on regular ass TV back in the day when you didn't have cable, but there was a reason that shit would just be on and you would run by, catch a glimpse of it, and keep fucking going. I guess if I had to pick something that I would say was good, it would be the sound. The theme is still cool as hell and super iconic. Also, its roars sound amazing in the movie theater, but none of that none of that is enough to make you want to go to the theater just to see it.
No.
Mm. Yeah, none of the things that happened in this movie made me give a damn about what was going on. Sam, give the audience your take.
Yeah, don't watch this. If you want to watch it, don't pay for it. Just wait for it for streaming. I was looking forward to this movie because it did look different than all the other Godzillas, but at the end of the day, the execution just wasn't there for me. Um, but like Sin said, the roars, the sound is amazing in theaters. So if you have a good quality home theater system, you'll enjoy that part. Just tune out everything else.
Yes. Yeah, get that shit out of here. All right. Thank you for listening to another episode of Watch This Shit. You come here for the realest take on new movies. So make sure you follow us so you're not left in the dark on whether you should check out a new movie or not. If you haven't seen this shit yet, go on about your life. Don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, you're doing good. Damn, you're doing good. Check us out next time when we review The Boy and the Heron. And good day to you.